You can see another one of those patches that's still smoking. We've been keeping an eye on this one. These red triangles are sites that are still actively contaminated. This map is what has one county commissioner concerned. More rain means this field of hay will have a higher yield. That has a direct impact here. The hay feeds McLeod's cattle. A lot of sticky notes and flowers left by people with well wishes for families. Right here, this note saying praying for all the families. This is Cooper, Ethan, and Jake. I made them stand in order so I'd remember their names. This building does look unsalvageable. There's pieces of melted plastic on the side. I just walked on some melted plastic and burnt debris. A lot of ranchers are located in areas where some dry, brittle grass can be found this time of year. This whole street floods with water. I want to show you right here. This line of debris is where the water came up to when we had those heavy rains. On this roadway, there's a lot of stranded cars. Some of them are even in the opposite direction of traffic. Let's take a closer look at some of the bills Governor Kelly vetoed. Wednesday, she stopped a proposal that would have forced people to pay child support starting at conception. Another would have required the Attorney General to approve fee contracts for legal services. Guys, who are you rooting for today?
Texas Tech Red Raiders!
They came all the way from Lubbock, Texas.
I thank you for this day. Thank you for allowing us to see a day that was promised.
Standing across the street from his home, in front of the pond his son loved, Claude Hodges Sr. holds back tears.
We just walk around and catch fish, and that's what I think about. It's what I look at every day now. I sit out and I just think about us on these banks. Please give me the strength and my wife the strength to bear this.
Hodges Sr. repeating one thing over and over again.
He was everything that you would want in a son. And as a young man, again, destined for greatness. Give us a piece of joy, Father, that my son had in him.
Claude making plans to share that greatness with his father in the future they were supposed to spend together.
What kid tells their dad that they're gonna buy a plot of land and we're gonna build houses on it, Dad, and so I can take care of you. And I'll get you your own area, Dad, so you can have your own spot. And we're gonna put fishing holes out there, Daddy, so we can go fishing.
Hodges says his son was the light of his world.
It just seemed that he could go into a room, y'all, that would be gloomy and he could smile and it'd be as bright as the sun is on us today.
That infectious smile, it's the one thing he can't stop thinking about.
You know, people talk about different things you remember. I think that's something that they'll remember the most is his smile.
Here for you, Zena Taher, KSN News 3. Smoke billowing out of a Hutchinson apartment building, neighbors rushing to the scene.
My girlfriend went outside. She's like, oh my God, there's smoke billowing out of the next door apartments complex. I was like, really? You don't say. So I walked out the back door, I looked, and it seemed to be a fire.
Markel Blassingle learning his home was on fire.
I immediately zipped down here to see the chaos.
He's now facing the holidays without a home.
Red Cross, they're amazing. They helped out as much as they could. They gave everybody a little stimulus or whatever they personally needed to get through the next couple of days, and they gave us a lot of programs to help us after that.
Neighbor Jonathan Heisem didn't hear a smoke alarm. What alerted him to the fire was a woman banging on his neighbor's doors, telling them to get out.
So each apartment had a smoke detector in it. Most of them were not functioning for certain reasons, and that would be on the tenant's prerogative to make sure those are working.
Jeremy Unruh with the Hutchinson Fire Department says very few buildings in Hutchinson have sprinklers, and it's not mandated by the city.
Sprinklers save lives, just like smoke alarms do. So we're just trying to make sure that we can get that put into building codes and hopefully get more and more newer buildings built with sprinkler systems in them.
I don't know if anything else still exists up here.
For now, Heisem is trying to do his part to help with recovery, posting notes offering to help people move things out of their apartments with his truck. Blasingle still trying to figure out what his future looks like.
I don't know exactly how much of my own pocket I'll have to, spend to recover from this. I'm staying optimistic.
All right, thanks, Pam.
We're losing money on a lot of prescriptions. Last month we lost money in our store.
Keeping the lights on is becoming increasingly difficult for independent pharmacies like Sandy Keeker's Harvey Drug in Newton. You're looking at here is the Auburn Pharmacy in Lindsborg is another example.
I walk in the door and I see neighbors here, and still they're neighbors that are qualified at a very high degree.
Marla Elmquist manages not only her medications, but the medications of several family members.
Some weeks I might fill out 30 different pills and it's a lot for me to take care of and remember.
Independent-owned pharmacies are in danger of going out of business.
I know there's pharmacists and pharmacies across the state of Kansas right now who are facing closure within this next 6 months to a year if something doesn't change quickly.
Auburn Pharmacy CEO Michael Burns says about 30 years ago, insurance companies started working with middlemen called pharmacy benefit managers. More recently, he says the benefit managers have been paying pharmacies less for prescription sales over time.
30% of all prescriptions that our independent pharmacies are filling, we are being paid less than our cost of the medication.
Independent pharmacy owners want to see more regulations on PBMs, both statewide and nationally.
We need to have transparency. We need to have fair pay, that they should be required to have a minimum reimbursement to pharmacies.
Burns says pharmacies can't continue operating at a loss.